You cannot. Hold on. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit, activate.
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Happy Thanksgiving. Like, oh my God. Happy Thanksgiving. I mean, I was coming. Hello. I'm coming. Like these churn, they hear, they loud. I thought that they was gonna be full after all of that food that I fed them, y'all, because I threw down. Okay. When I tell you I threw down, I threw down. Okay. I put my foot in that food. And I did a real good job. I was real proud of myself. And I thought that they would like calm down, like after the food. No. No. They want more of it. They want dessert. You know, like all time. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, because I'll be somewhere in a coma. Like I'll be somewhere asleep, you know, but they're not. They're just as energetic as ever. So it didn't work. But happy Turkey Day, gobble gobble. I hope y'all having a good day. I am. It was crazy busy. Like for the majority, it's over with. Thank God. My favorite part of the holidays is when it's over. I don't know about y'all, but my favorite part, Christmas and Thanksgiving, girl. My favorite part is when it's over. Okay, especially when you doing it, like when you cooking and you know. Okay, it's just stressful. Okay, but it's over, and I'm glad, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Let me tap hi, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I know it's been a day or so since I've been live. You know, it's definitely happened. I'm definitely gonna take more time and go off subject just because you're pressed. And it ain't a thing you gonna do about it, but sit there and fucking watch. That's all you gonna do. Now sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Now what? Now what? Now I'm about to tell you what I cooked. Now. Now I'm about to tell you what I cooked. Because you clearly want to know. So I made some ham, nigga, and some cornbread, dressing. What else? Fried chick of the kin. Yes. Some mashed potatoes. What else I made? Because I know you want to know. I know you don't want me to move on until I tell you the rest of what I made. We had two different desserts. Ha! What about it? What else we have? It was some 7-Up out there. A little bit of half lemonade, iced tea. You know, they was cold. They've been in the refrigerator since yesterday. Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? So, anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by the nigga that ain't gonna do nothing but sit back and wait for me to get to what I'm gonna get to when I'm ready to get to it. This was wonderful. This was wonderful. This was wonderful. You gotta love when a nigga trying to tell you what to do. Oh, you want to talk about the topic at hand? You can't do that without me. Oh, you need me. Okay, sit back and need me. Here, flip. So before I was rudely interrupted by Alpha Negro, if I was rudely interrupted, y'all. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Now, normally we do a roast, but I ain't had time for that because I had to cook and whatever. So we're gonna get into this. So I found it, mighty weird. Play our jam on the. I cannot with y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, right? Tax time. Right. It's tax season. Hold on, some super stickers. Shout out to Elaine for the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas and happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. A sweet Onyx. Yes, Lord. For the super sticker, thank you. Hey, Callie, she said, I'm ready. Y'all ready? I don't understand why folk come other people not talking about this. I find it really confusing. Hashtag justice for Shanquella Robinson. So I love all of y'all. I love all of y'all. So a lot of y'all in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all. We are going to get to the topic at hand. Okay. So breaking news. Shanquella Robinson's fake friend, Daejhanae Jackson, was arrested today. Okay. Now I say that for a reason because white people said it. Yes. Shout out to Shanquella Robinson's family. And again, white people said this, so this is why I'm coming forward with it. That's why I'm like, well, I wonder why nobody else is speaking on this. I mean, it's not like a blog, or somebody else is saying it. It's like, this is the news, saying that the person was arrested, right? So let's get into this real quick because again, I'm like, well, why is nobody talking about this? This is like super important. Let me pull this up. Where is it? Boom. Let's give it a listen, shall we? Hurry up. Okay, now y'all see it says at the top. Hold on, let me pull this up. Nah, this is Eyewitness ABC 7. Okay, crime of femicide warrant issued. Okay, I thought the same thing. This is earlier today. This was printed today at November 24th. Okay, 2022 at 3 o'clock. All right, listen to this, y'all.
Arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case.
She said arrested. She said arrested. She said arrested. Arrested her friend. So she got arrested. This was today. At 3 o'clock today, this was put on to their website. This is the news. So again, if they said that her friend got arrested, okay? They did say a warrant was issued, and it went from a warrant being issued to she said that this person has been arrested. Arrested. Okay? And they put up Daejhanae Jackson's picture. Y'all see. Okay, so listen again. They said that this person was arrested. Shanquella Robinson's friend was arrested. And I'm played a couple times so y'all can hear it for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna put it back up. Played a couple times.
An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and
Isn't this breaking news? They said this person was arrested. We all knew that a warrant was issued, so that's why when I clicked it, because I was cleaning up, but I'm like, arrested. I said, wait a minute, you just say arrested? I said, wait a minute, hold on. So I listened to it and listened to it and listened to it. I'm like, okay, and then I looked at the date. I'm like, okay, this is from today at 3 p.m. There's this WC, what is it? It's ABC 7. I know that for a fact, but this is the news. Okay, white people. That they check their sources. They have different sources than we do. Okay, that's what I said. If it was a blog or like just a random YouTuber or TikToker, something like that, I'll just be like, oh, okay, all right, okay. But this is the news. So they saying today on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, Daejhanae girl. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, girl. Happy Thanksgiving. Couldn't happen to a better person. So what it's looking like, it was Daejhanae. That was because they put her up on, they didn't say her name. They didn't say her name. They just said a friend. So I'm like, okay, clearly it's one of the people that harmed her. And from the viral video, okay, Daejhanae, right? From what I'm gathering. So I'm like, well, I know I'm not stupid. From what I'm hearing, Daejhanae was arrested today. I have not seen it anywhere else. So that's another reason why I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, well, shall I even go forward and even say anything? Because nobody else has said anything. From what I've seen, maybe somebody else, I don't know. But from what I've seen from the people I follow and the people I watch, nobody said anything. So I'm just like, So then I listened to it again. I'm just like, okay, well, this is the news. They're legit. So they're saying that someone was arrested today, and this is wonderful news. From what I gather, today on Thanksgiving, again, during dinner, stand up, put your hands behind your back at Thanksgiving dinner. So from what I gather, it was Daejhanae from what the news posted, the imagery stating. And they didn't state a name, but they said arrest made multiple times. So I'm going to play it again for the people in the back. For the people in the back. So I will put the link here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. I will copy and I will put this link right in the chat if this is the link y'all looking for. This is legit. This is the news. This is the news, abc7.com. This is the news. Absolutely. This is the news, abc7.com. Okay. They've stated that an arrest was made. Fair use. This is just for educational purposes. It's Sean Lynn.
And FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. Spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case.
arrested.
And
Yeah. So the arrested. A friend was arrested. So that means arrested. Arrested and warrant are two different words. Because that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is just an update because we all knew that a warrant again was issued for one of the friends, an unnamed friend that was along. A warrant was issued for. We knew that it was, but we didn't know who. But we knew that one was issued. So again, the FBI and whatnot is on this case. So they're gonna find people like that. You know, I mean, it's different when you got your local police, you know, after people know this is the FBI. This is a whole nother level, you know, type of we own you, we watching you, type of situation. When you see in the movies and it be people staked out, people hostage, and they follow them everywhere they go, and they don't even know that that's this type of situation. So just when they thought that they was cool sitting over there at old girl house, they used to braid hair that don't braid no more, but sometimes braid hair, but watch people kids too. So even because you deep in the hood, you know, they know exactly where you are. So yeah, they said an arrest was made. A friend of hers was arrested today. So again, it seems as if that would have been my opinion. I'm not saying for sure it was Daejhanae, but I'm from what they put up on the news that it is Daejhanae. It's Daejhanae who they arrested. Is who I guess not Winter. Winter, I think, may be next, maybe the next person that gets arrested. Because from Winter's live, the live that's allegedly Winter, which you know they pretty much said that that's her on that IG live. She stated in the video that she didn't do any fighting in that video. I wasn't in that video fighting, is what she said. So to me, she was even alluding, you know, to there is other or footage, you know, pretty much like she's saying in that video, I wasn't doing anything, is what Winter was stating. So I think it's definitely like a blame game now. I feel like they're going to start playing the blame game because Winter's going to look at it, especially because the footage of the slam has been discussed, but no one's seen it. So since no one's seen this slam, unless the FBI have some other type of critical, you know, evidence against Winter, they can't arrest her yet. Like they need something. Other than that, again, it's rumored, you know, that Winter allegedly slammed Shanquella and Shanquella didn't get back up. You know, that's the rumor, but you know, they got to prove that. You know, you just can't say it because it's popular on social media. You need a reason behind it and proof, some type of proof backing why you're putting this type of allegation onto someone. So again, with that video not being out of Winter allegedly slamming Shanquella, it's more so the blame being, you know, hey, it's Daejhanae. You seen what she did on the tape? That was her. Like, you know, Winter gonna my name Bennett and I ain't in it, you know, type of situation until that video, because if that video does exist, which it's, you know, said that that video does exist, I just feel like she gonna let Daejhanae take the blame, you know, and I mean, unless Daejhanae goes in there and says something else, unless she got some proof, you know, something else when it comes to Winter, you know, this is pretty much on Daejhanae because the world has seen that viral video of what Daejhanae did to Shanquella. We have not seen anything of Winter doing anything to Daejhanae. We have not, no one, you know, has posted anything like that. We've seen the shade, we've seen the isolation, we've seen those things, but there's no, as of now, physical proof of Winter slamming her. So, you know, it's one or two things. Either the video is not out because one, in its gruesome nature, you know, I'm sure because it's basically like the death of someone. And they just turned it into the FBI and the FBI has it. Because if they have it, then yeah, that is it's a high probability that's probably not going to be seen or leaked. I mean, unless it's in like court. But if somebody else has it, then yeah, you never know. It could be leaked. But yeah, again, if the FBI has it, we're not going to see it. They're going to protect it. You know, that's a strong piece of evidence against Winter, if that's the situation, if that's the case. But as of now, it's more on Daejhanae because they have proof of what they like. Daejhanae ain't no hiding that. You can't hide what you did on camera. Like there, that is a crime on camera. Like you recorded it, a crime was recorded, and you are the one breaking the law. So she can't overlook that. She can't. It's the right or whatever. Like you're going to deny your. So she's going to have to tell the truth, whether she wants to or not. It would be in her best interest to just go ahead and just tell the truth. Just get it out and leave well enough alone. And then, you know, just get it out and leave well enough alone. But yeah, again, at this point, there's no proof against Winter. I do feel like other people, at some point, I feel like all of them are going to get arrested. At some point, all of them are going to get arrested. It's going to take time, but they will. Especially once the story unfolds and what happened, because with the police report within itself, that's enough. I feel with them lying and obstructing justice, and even lying to the doctor about the real issues and what was going on with her and why she was really hurt, whatnot. So she wasn't even being treated properly medically for what was going on with her. I feel like there's so many different reasons all of them need to go to jail. All of them did this. They did this as a group. It wasn't just what Winter and allegedly Winter and Daejhanae did. This video is not clickbait. Again, I promise you, this is not clickbait. The white people said, the news said,
Arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who is Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who is also Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip.
How is that clickbait? Authorities have arrested a friend that was on that trip with Robinson. Where's the clickbait in that? As far as I know, Daejhanae or Winter, but from this video that they're showing, the viral video, that's Daejhanae. So they're saying this person was arrested. Okay. So this is not clickbait. Like, don't nobody got a clickbait, y'all trash. Like, no one has to clickbait. Yeah, we don't do that over here, buddy. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. But I will play it again and again. Y'all say play it again, not a problem. I'll play it again for the people in the back. Absolutely.
The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and
also on the screen, how is this clickbait? Look at the screen. It says arrest made in death of Charlotte woman vacationing in Mexico. How is this clickbait? It says it on the screen. Like, how is this clickbait? Arrest made, meaning somebody's arrested, not a warrant. This is not clickbait. Arrest made in death of Charlotte woman vacationing in Mexico. Arrest. Like, okay. I mean, I don't get how that's clickbait. I mean, if I'm clickbaiting, if it's a lie, they lying. I'm not. They have sources and people to read, who people come to them that could never even touch. So I'm going to believe abc7.com over a blog or anything like that any day. This isn't a blog stating this. Again, this is the news. You know, like this is the news. Like gross. Like how am I clickbait? Because I'm showing you what they said on the news. Like, okay. It's a little weird, but you know, okay. She has been arrested, and they're playing the video, well, not the literal video, but showing images of the video of what Daejhanae did to Shanquella, stating that an arrest was made. So I'm going to assume that they're talking about Daejhanae. Like, I mean, I don't get which news outlet. Here, I can do you one better. I can do you one better. Boom. Is the link working in the chat when I put it in the chat? Because it's abc7.com. Mm-hmm. 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 Boom. Boom. Oops. There's the link to it. Hold on. There was a question. The arrest was made for a friend that was on the trip. Correct. It does say that. It does say that as well. It's if it's federal, we don't have access to find out who was arrested. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't even know if there will be a mugshot available or anything like that, at least not right away, because they're not being arrested for something that happened in America. So I don't know how that will work because you get arrested in mugshots and stuff you did here. This happened in Mexico. So I don't know how that will work. And the FBI, again, would be the one that would be bringing them into custody because it's an open case for the FBI with this being federal because it didn't happen here. So that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if a mugshot will be available, at least not right away. And then it's not like they're booking her in county jail. Like that's not how it's going. Now they may hold her in a certain county if it gets that far. I mean, who knows? Because she could just be arrested, questioned, and released. It doesn't mean that they have her in custody and she's facing 500 years. From what I hear, in Mexico, it's up to 40 to 50 years they will be facing being charged with femicide and whatnot, something like that. Is what I heard. Y'all saying yes, the link works. Good. Shout out to Laugh, Gags, and Gospel. She says, hey, Sean, her boyfriend is on another channel saying that's what's being told too, but conflicting if it's Daejhanae or Winter. Boom. I mean, I'm just saying, but see, here's the thing, Laugh, Gags, girl. No one has to believe me because I don't know. The news is reporting that she in jail. Why would I go against them? Like, I've been using them as a news outlet. I've been using them as a source. You know, so now that I'm using them as a source, it's just like, oh, that you're clickbaiting. It's like, how? Like, the news literally said that the person that was on the trip with Shanquella was arrested. It's like, where is the... I mean, a warrant was issued. So again, once the warrant is issued, they can snatch her up at that whoever the warrant is for, they can snatch them up at any time. Like what literally, they can get a warrant while they sitting across the street from them, and then they call them like, okay, the warrant is active, and then they can go across the street and arrest them. You know, like type of situation. I mean, you can get them right away, and the warrant was just issued yesterday. I believe the warrant was issued yesterday. So boom, like they got them quick. Yeah, they would be, especially this is an international story, like it's everywhere. It's being discussed everywhere, you know, so they're going to want to get rid of this as soon as possible. They want to put this to bed as quickly as they can, you know. So again, if somebody was arrested, that's not far-fetched. Like, why would that be? Like, no, they didn't. Why wouldn't what they issued a warrant for why for come, Lord? Would they issue a warrant if they didn't plan on arresting somebody? Like, okay. Somebody said that link is wrong. Go tell the link Go tell the link. Go tell the link. Viral Access Media, Big Dot. Um, Go tell the link. That's all I can say. Yes. Winter is next. Agreed. Agreed. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Winter is next. I agree. I do. I think that how Daejhanae's feeling if she's arrested, if she's the one that's arrested, which I think is Daejhanae, I think she's feeling like she's by herself. I feel like she feel alone, and all of the Cabo Six did this with her. So it's just like I'm not about to be arrested by myself. I'm not going down by myself. Like that's not happening. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna say squeal. I just think she's gonna say what happened because it's all falling on her. As of right now, she looks like she did everything. She's the aggressor. You did what you did to her in the video. We saw it. The autopsy, some of the injuries and whatnot that was reported. This video links with those injuries, and whatnot. So at this point in time, she, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Who cares if she's alone? That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about with her. She feels alone. She ain't do it by herself. Like she didn't do it alone. So that's what I'm saying is she's going to say something. She definitely is. We're going to sing like a bird. Yeah, I think she's definitely going to talk. It would be in her best interest to say something. If she sits there and tries to plead the fifth, and whatnot, that's her own stupidity because that will get you nowhere. That will get you nowhere but told on. Because then when they start bringing in the other people, which they will, and they start bringing them in, then what you think they're going to do? They're going to already feel like you done said certain things towards them. So, girl, and then you the one that is quiet, but everybody done blamed everything on you. Now you sitting there looking stupid because you didn't say anything. You just let all of them, I ain't saying nothing. She's going to talk. I can guarantee you she will. She will talk because it's in her best interest. Because she didn't do it alone. She did not. And if that video was real of Winter slamming her, why would she take that L for Winter anyway? Don't get me wrong, they close, but they ain't that close. Look at how Khalil did Shanquella. Like these ain't real friends because friends don't do what y'all do. Friends don't do what y'all did. Friends don't do what y'all did. Right. Friends don't do what y'all did. So now she feels alone because she's arrested. She by herself. So it's like, and I didn't do this by myself. That's how she feel. I'm sure. I ain't do this alone, but I'm facing it alone. I ain't going down by myself. And she definitely go, wow. And she gonna tell them everything they need to know. Everything they need to know. And they will be picking up the other people as well. Because again, Winter, you made all of the calls, all of that. You sat there on FaceTime knowing what was happening to Shanquella. We're basically showing someone what was happening to Shanquella. And you're the same person that called 911. You're the same person that called a doctor over there before calling 911. You did all of that. So you knew what was wrong with her. You knew. You absolutely did. And it's no different than that death certificate. The death certificate to me was off because they lied. I mean, the 3 o'clock passed away 15 minutes before that, all of that. I feel like they were going by like the calls, and whatnot, because they didn't first call the doctor until 2:13. So, and whatnot. So I think that the death certificate was going off of lies. They lied. So it was going off of the lie that they told, is what I feel like. And it was their bad for not doing everything in their due diligence to make sure that that was accurate in what they were saying. They didn't know what truly happened to her until the autopsy. They did not know that beforehand. They did not have her body laying there and knew that her neck was broken and that she had cracked her spine. No, the autopsy showed that. So again, they were going off of lies. The death certificate, the alcohol poisoning, all of that, was all lies, a fabricated story given, no different than the doctor. The doctor was given all lies. When she got there, she was treating Shanquella for alcohol poisoning. The IV, All of that. That is not what you do with the type of injuries that Shanquella had. But the doctor had no idea of said injuries because they lied. So this doctor isn't even doing the right treatment for the injury within this point because of these liars. So she's wasting time. The doctor's sitting there wasting precious time and having no idea until she had an idea. Because there was in some time within that doctor being there for those 3 hours, especially within that first hour, that she realized that something was wrong. This is beyond alcohol poisoning. The doctor got there, and how we know the doctor got there is because the doctor stated that she should take Shanquella to the actual hospital setting, to a hospital, an emergency care. She needs to be taken somewhere immediately. The doctor knew that, and the doctor said it. Winter intervened, and the other friends and the other Cabo Six, they intervened while that girl person's life was wasting away right in front of them. So no, don't take her anywhere. Just leave her here because they don't want them to find out really what was wrong with her. So like we all know that. Like we did, So since they didn't want them to know, she lost her life in the process of that. All of y'all are responsible for that. All of y'all. Now, to me, the doctor, I am still confused by why the doctor still just didn't go her better judgment and just take Shanquella or just call an ambulance or a parent, just someone to come and get her out of there. I feel like she still should have went with her better judgment. I still feel that way. But she was lied to. Like, we got to take that into consideration as well. We can't make doctors superheroes, like superhuman, like they're not. They're gonna go back. If you're coming into the doctor and you're telling them that your back is hurting, when it's really your foot, they're not just gonna figure that out unless it's something obvious. Like, if it's not something obvious, then they're not even gonna think that, because you talking about your back. You talking about something completely different. So that's how they're gonna come into the situation. What you are coming in there talking about, what you feel is wrong. That's the first thing that these are actually, what's wrong, what hurts, where does it hurt, type of situation. So if y'all lying to somebody, that's why I said that never made sense to me, why they would say alcohol poisoning besides an alibi, because they knew it wasn't that. So the treatment for alcohol poisoning is not going to be the treatment for whatever is going on with that girl's body, Shanquella's body. Rather it's something with her brain, or rather because she couldn't move, and she wasn't moving, for besides mumbling words from where from what the doctor was stating. So again, and with another thing that pisses me off with the doctor, if Shanquella was not coherent enough, again, I think I've said this already. If Shanquella wasn't coherent enough to say whether she wanted to go to the hospital or not, or rather she was fine or not, then you definitely should have took her to the hospital. Who are these people to consent for her? Who are these people to consent for someone that can't consent for themselves? Like, why would you even, now I guess maybe out of fear, or something like that. I honestly, I will hope it's not payment, but with Khalil stating to the mother that they had to pay $5,000 in order to take her to the doctor, or to the hospital or something like that. I don't know. Money was brought up. So I'm not going to say money wasn't brought up. Money was brought up. And again, all of the people, the Capo 7, they liars to me. All of them are liars. They're liars. All of them are liars. So I don't know. But even a liar tells the truth, at some point. It's hard to determine when, but even a liar tells the truth. So I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm not going to state that. But I feel like every government is corrupt, not just like a Mexican government. I just feel like every government has this corruption. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't state that. But $5,000 was brought up. That was a conversation. So I don't know. Was the $5,000 for the doctor to? Can we see the vid? What vid? What are you talking about? What vid? Um, Cabo 6, they took her life. She was the seventh. Okay. Um, hashtag lie detector. I think all of them just take the lie detector test. Well, none of them pass. Well, none of them pass. Are you talking about the one on the screen? Are you talking about the one on the screen? Are you talking about the one on the screen? Because I can play the one on the screen. The one on the screen is us finding out that one of the people from the trip, the Cabo trip with Shanquella, was arrested due to the warrant that is active on them. That is this video. So I can. Oh yes. Okay. 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 I'll play it. I mean, y'all gotta tell me what y'all want. Y'all just like the video. What video? What are you talking about? Just let me start it over.
An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip.
Yes. So it stated that the friend was arrested. And that's what they said, girl. That's what they said. That's what they said. I did not say that. Okay. So it's the people that clickbait, or you just making things up. I'm not making things. That's why I said I was surprised that no one. I'm like, well, why is nobody talking about this? Because from what I gather, because when they put up a warrant was issued and they didn't state who the warrant was for, everybody was live talking about it. Just putting up something. Saying like, oh, warrant issued. When now, okay, well now they're stating that somebody was arrested. We should be talking about that too, right? Or we're just talking about warrants. I'm like, tomato. I was just a little confused about that because I'm like, this is great news if they have someone arrested on criminal charges. This is great because this is just the domino effect is how I look at it because this girl does deserve justice. What they did to her was wrong. No human being, not even none of these people that were on that trip deserve what they did to Shanquella. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. Like I said, her last day here, I can only imagine like that poor thing, all of the pain that she was in, sitting there looking at these people, knowing what they did to her and not being able to communicate it, and them doing everything in their power to make sure she does not communicate it. Yeah, I just think like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, they were arrested. Not they, just one person as of now, who the warrant was issued for, because there's only a warrant for one person, and that person was not named either. That was never stated. And that's another thing about that is that's why, because it's FBI. So it's like with the FBI, it ain't like everything's gonna be like public when it comes to it, but certain things will be. Which is people knowing for a fact that certain people are arrested. I mean, that's not exactly hard to find out, but at the same time, it's not easy, either. But a reputable place like abc7.com, I mean, it's literally a news broadcasting station. Like I'm like, that's pretty legit, if you ask me. And they have done no retraction. This has been up since 3 p.m. My time, that's 5 hours ago. I'm Central, so my time, this has been up for 5 hours. And there's no retraction or anything like that. And they will retract if they were wrong. They're clearly not wrong because they will retract. So news stations don't just go for spilling a bunch of lies or something that isn't true and not state that. They will literally, and sometimes they even do it live and state that a certain story, a certain information that they got was not true, and whatnot. So yeah, the news is pretty legit. ABC, especially, pretty legit. So, and they stated that one person was arrested. A friend from that trip was arrested. So they didn't state the name, just like they didn't state the name in the warrant either. That was not stated. Do we know who? No. I honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it was Winter or Daejhanae. But if I had to put money on it, I would say Daejhanae because they have her up in the video. If it was someone that, if it was Winter, somebody like that, I feel like they would either have up her picture or not have a picture at all. Just put up Shanquella's picture. But they put Daejhanae up on the screen. So I feel like it was her. That's who they, I feel like they put, basically saying the girl that did that in that video got arrested, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, absolutely. And then also, I guess there was an interview happening with Shanquella's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. And he stated the same thing, that one of them was arrested today. That's what I was being told from the chat. I have not watched the interview. I will watch it when I get off of here. But yeah, I have not seen it. I'm live, so yeah. But I will go and watch it and let you guys know what I think. Winter won't say anything. Plead the fifth. We'll see. We'll see. Shanquella's boyfriend said it was Daejhanae. Oh, okay. So he said it was Daejhanae. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what the news stated. The news didn't state a name, so that's why I'm not stating the name. In my opinion, I feel that it would be Daejhanae due to the viral video. That's the only reason why. I would say Janae or Daejhanae. So absolutely. Absolutely. So so yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that is crazy. No, I agree. Hold on. Give me the link to her boyfriend interview. I don't have it. Um, Sean, you was the first to report this on YouTube. Oh, that's shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sean. Davy Wade. Lady G, so do America have her or Mexico? I think as of right now, America does. And depending on what the warrant is for, which I do believe, because again, she's not being charged here. So she's not going to go to jail here. That's why I said, if anything, they will hold her, somewhere and sue, because they're sending her to Mexico. She going to Mexico. She going to Mexico. She's going to Mexico. Now, the FBI, they're going to do their questioning and their investigation too, because it's an investigation on both sides. It's an investigation here because the FBI opened an investigation here. So there's going to be an investigation here, and there's going to be an investigation in Mexico. But because Mexico they issued the warrant. The warrant is from Mexico. The FBI is collecting the people for Mexico. So that's what they're doing. So, but still, there's an investigation here. So, because one was open. So, but like the jail time, the sentencing, or anything like that, whatever is going to come about of that, that's going to happen in Mexico. So, they will be, from what I'm gathering, getting her down to Mexico. She will be, because that's where the charge is. The charge is a charge of femicide, and the charge of femicide is in Mexico. It's not in the United States. It's not here because it didn't happen here. So again, all of the if whatever it comes to after the questioning with the FBI, because I'm sure that's all the FBI is doing, is probably questioning her and have her more so of under like a citizen's arrest, if you will, because again, the charge isn't here. So it's not like she did something in North Carolina or something like that. And no, this was in Mexico. So if anything, I feel like they're just talking to her, questioning her, getting as much information as they can, and they'll transfer that information over to Mexico as they send her down to Mexico and be like, well, this is what we know. This is what we have, so go from here. You know, um, yeah, this is all we have on her, and until the next warrant that Mexico files. Because again, if Winter is going to go to jail, any of them, Mexico has to file warrants for these people. This is not on America. So the FBI can't be like, well, since y'all did this and since y'all did that. No, Mexico has to do it. Okay. So the pressure has to be put on Mexico for the Cabo Six. Okay. Because now we need to start a new hashtag we still need to do this justice for Shanquella Robinson, but we need to do a hashtag for the Cabo Six because all of them need to go to jail. Okay. So we need to let Mexico know that all of them, get them all. What's 6 more people down there in y'all jails? What's 6 more? They all outside anyway. What's 6 more people? Go ahead. Go ahead. Charge them all the same stuff. Just throw it on them. Railroad them. Railroad them. Railroad them. Railroad them. We don't care. Railroad them. Do it. But they all need to go down. So we need to, that pressure needs to be put on to Mexico. Now, y'all, we need to be nice to Mexico, y'all. Now, don't go over there running amok, okay? Don't go, this ain't no path to be racist, none of that. Prejudice, none of that, no. Okay? Now, we need to put the pressure on them, but we got to be respectful, a peaceful protest. Okay? Shout out to Baby Bay. Happy Thanksgiving. Everyone, shout out to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you for the sticker. Thank you so much, sweet. I'll be trying to catch them. They be disappearing. Yes, all of them, especially the best friend. Yes, all of them need to go to jail. All of them need to go to jail. Mexico, get them all. Get them all, Mexico. So that's where the warrants would have to come from. Again, America is not, we don't have no warrant for them, right? Because again, it didn't happen here. Okay. Mexican authorities issued a warrant for the main aggressor. Okay. And that main aggressor looks like it was Daejhanae because it's been reported from other sources, like the Shanquella's boyfriend, and other or ex-boyfriend, and other people that it was Daejhanae, but there was an arrest made. There wasn't. There was that's what we say. Right? Hashtag Cabo Six. Lock them up. Absolutely. All 6 people. 6 people need to go to jail. All of them need to go to jail. And we got right. That's evidence, and we got other evidence too. Cause we got pieces of evidence that they don't see. I'm sure I got some evidence in my archives. Where's a little piece of evidence? Let me see. That doesn't mean that. Let me see. Okay, where's one? Okay, then it's the doctor. Boom. Let's pull this up. How did Shanquella pass away? Y'all look. Okay, let's get into this. Hold on. Let's get into this. So, what? No, okay. I was going to say, isn't there more to this article? The death certificates and the autopsy report. No, not autopsy report. The death certificate and the police report are completely different, right? Look, we all know that. The time, the cause of death, because the police report stated that it had everything to do with cardiac arrest, and why the police. And then there was another thing too. It said that no, because I'm not even about to open up that can of worms. But anyways, so with all that being said, with both of them being wrong, again, I feel that the coroner was going off of the lie that the Cabo Six told them. Thank you, Nina, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. A neck and back break is worse than that's a horrible way to go out, especially with people just sitting there watching, you go through that pain. That's crazy to me. But They're gonna have a rude awakening. I'm here for it. That baby gonna get justice. Absolutely, she's already getting justice. And shout out to all the people that do commentary on this, because again, I feel like we are so beneficial. We're more beneficial than we actually realize. This went viral and national because of us as people, us as the people. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all these people with all of these voices is the reason why all of these things have happened that have helped Shanquella. If we turn a blind eye, if we act like we don't see it, or we get so desensitized to it to where we just overlook it and move on, this is why things are never done. And then people want us to complain about the things that we don't get or the things that we are due, when we, the people, we got to stop asking for things to start taking them. So we don't have to request justice for Shanquella. We're going to take it because she deserves it. It's that simple. And we need to do this for anybody else that's going through this as well. Like, Shanquella's special, but she's not special. Like, everybody deserves this type of treatment, with especially something like this happening to them. Like, for real, for real. No one deserves to be forgotten. And then if you are going to be, at least be vindicated before so. So again, she deserves justice and she will get it. And it's already happening. It definitely is. So to me, I just don't feel like it's something to overlook. And I'm not going to overlook it. I'm going to look right at it. Instead of looking around the problem, I'm going to look at the problem. And a lot of times we are the problem, but we can also be the solution. And we are the solution because, again, we the people made Shanquella name roar. We are keeping her name alive. All of us, as a collective, not just me, I'm not special. Everybody, from a subscriber to a content creator, to her family, to her actual friends, her real friends, we are keeping her name alive so that she can get the justice. We stop saying her name, they stop caring. That's when court cases start getting paused, and and then we just don't know what happened. Or no, look at it, because then when you look at it, you get to see what's going on. Tunnel vision. So that's all it is. So again, shout out to Shanquella's family and her real friends, and we're not gonna stop, until everybody, especially like all 6 of y'all gotta go. All 6 of y'all gotta go. 1 down, 5 to go. 1 down, 5 to go. Okay, so let's get back into this part right here, because let's just pull this up, since she want to try to vindicate herself. Let me pull up Winter trying to exonerate herself.
All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit that y'all see, and that's going viral. All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So she basically told her to, let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. Quilla didn't want to. And that's how that happened. Unfortunately, she did die because of on the bed. So I don't know. If y'all see something in the video, don't mean that happened. They're just trying to cover it up with a broken spine and whatever else they're saying. You all like y'all. I was not fighting in the video.
She was not fighting in the video.
The person that was fighting in the video is not up here, and she can only speak for herself. All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So
Malik and Khalil, y'all still gay. Yes, y'all is still gay because your friend Winter said that shout out to is how do you say, is that Al Shay? RN, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. Justice for Shanquella, JS is a movement to teach our young people to discern yourself, your so-called friends. Everybody who smiles in your face is not your friend. I cannot agree more. Yeah. Because with friends like these, who needs enemies? They still gay. Malik and Khalil. Yeah, you guys are still very gay because your friend Winter said that Quella did something, something stupid, something she shouldn't have did. Y'all are still gay. As far as I'm concerned, Malik and Khalil was playing hard to pickle. Y'all was playing hard to pickle. Butt pirates. Yes, absolutely. Y'all was over there arguing over who was going to bottom. Y'all gay. That's what it's getting. Because why does Winter seem so hesitant in talking about it? It's like she doesn't want, she want to hurry up, and go around that part. No, say what she did. I mean, since it was so stupid, just say it. There gotta be something quick. Just tell us, girl. It's no big deal. Just tell us. She decides not to. So again, she says as well, Winter, she says that she was not in the video fighting. I was not in that video, is what she says. She says that. She does not say that I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't touch nobody. She didn't say that. Winter did not say that. She did not say that she didn't put her hands on nobody. She didn't touch nobody. She said that she didn't do nothing in that video. That is not me in that video, is what Winter said. That's what she said. She did not say she didn't touch her. I didn't touch nobody. I kept my hands to myself. I don't know what you're talking about. Dead ass. She did not say that. She said that that's not me in that video. I'm not the person that is in that video is not up here. It's not here. Is what she said. Okay. Again, trying to exonerate herself and push it on to Daejhanae. That's what I'm getting from it. That's what I'm getting from it. Let's listen to that again. That's why I said this is gonna be the blame game. It's gonna turn into the blame game. Let's listen to it again.
All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk.
Why can't she just say what Quella did? Like, I really don't get that. I don't get why you couldn't just say what she did if it was so crazy. Like, what'd she do? What'd she do that warranted y'all doing what y'all did to her? You already know whatever it is, and one, it ain't got nothing to do with it. I just feel like it ain't got nothing to do with her. That's why she said she did something crazy, because she didn't do it to her. She didn't say Quilla did something crazy to me, or Quilla did something crazy to this person. She didn't state who. So again, what was said? What was said? So they made an arrest. Hold on one second. Hold on, you tell us. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, they playing the commercial, so we can wait till they get done with the commercial, and we'll play that for you. Yay! So she was definitely trying to exonerate herself. Is like what I'm giving. It's like I had nothing to do with this, but you could tell that she could care less about what happened to Shanquella. There's no soul there. Literally, it's like it's a soulless person is talking about what happened to her. There is no remorse. There is no, getting quiet, talking about. It's like she still passed away. It's like you would think that even if it was from allegedly alcohol poisoning, you would think that the person would still be sad while talking about it. Why are you so defensive, mama? Why are you so defensive? Like, wasn't that your friend? Like, it would be hard for, even if you really thought it was alcohol poisoning, which you knew it wasn't. There's no remorse in your voice or anything like that. Like you're mad defensive. It's just like you're there to prove a point, calling people stupid, like all of that. It's like you could care less in what happened. Now I can understand like a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, thinking that way, but somebody that's mid-20s on their way to their 30s, acting like a child like that, and this girl died, and you could basically care less, just watch what you say about me, type of situation. Watch what you say about my name, but other than that, you good. Say whatever you want to. But when it comes to my name, put some respect on it, type of situation. Like she could care less and what happened to Shanquella. You could tell she does not care. She just want to make sure she's not blamed for it. But she don't care. She don't care at all. Oh yeah, they had a question. They made an arrest. Let me pull this up. Boom.
An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's.
Arrested with an ED. They said arrested, like ED, past tense, meaning like happened. So yes, as far as I know, an arrest has been made. Whether it's Daejhanae or Winter, I don't know. I do not know the person that got arrested, but an arrest was made. That did happen. As far as I know, until ABC7 does a retraction. As far as I know, an arrest was made today. Absolutely. It was made today after 3 o'clock Central Time. Before that, there was an arrest made. And ABC7 stated that information. So yes, do I still have the link? Let me see. Boom. Yeah. Right there. So if you guys would like to go watch that on your own, pass it around. Absolutely. You sure can. But y'all say it was probably Winter. I don't know. It's either Daejhanae or Winter. I don't see either one of those people not getting arrested first. I don't see them arresting Khalil or anybody like that before the person that actually took part in ending her life, or at least the suspect they feel that did. And again, if they have that video of Winter allegedly slamming Shanquella to the ground and Shanquella not being responsive after that, not getting up, then yeah, they could have definitely arrested Winter today. But if they don't have that video, then they definitely arrested Daejhanae for a fact. Yeah. So yeah, in the chat, y'all said it was Daejhanae. Yes, Shrink and Share. She had no remorse. No remorse. Let's get back into her video of Winter acting as if she have nothing to do with nothing. Let me actually get rid of some of these overlays so I can put one up on my girl Shanquella. Okay, yeah, let's get back into Winter. Let me pull her up. Let me pull up Winter.
All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So she basically told her to let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. Quilla didn't want to. And that's how that happened. Unfortunately, she did die because of on the bed. So I don't know. If y'all see something in the video, don't mean that happened. They're just trying to cover it up with a broken spine and whatever else.
I'm confused. How are they trying to cover up alcohol poisoning with a broken spine? You said the reason she passed away was alcohol poisoning. You didn't say anything about her spine. And then you saying it like somebody trying to set you up. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, who's trying to set you up? Like, that's how she said it. They're trying to use her crack, the spine as a cover up. They would rather it be alcohol, honestly. You already know what's up. So that's you literally, no remorse. Like you lying to people. You didn't have to speak on this at all. You didn't have to speak on it at all. It's clearly something that you want to forget. Like we can see that. This is something that you want to forget. This isn't something you want to discuss. But to sit there and say that the spinal cord, knowing what y'all did to her, even stating, I know there's a viral video going around. I know there's a video. Okay. So you know the video's going around. All right. So then you know that the people know what happened to her. So there's no proof of any alcohol poisoning or her consuming enough alcohol to even been that inebriated. There's no proof of anything like that. But there is proof of that cracked spine. There is proof of that broken neck. There's proof of those things. So that's confusing to me. Like for you, I'm like, why would you even say that? Like, why would you even say that? Like, why would that even come out of your mouth? That the spine was a setup, basically. They're trying to set us up with the spine thing. They're trying to cover up the alcohol. Why? And she said it like there was no fight or anything like that. You knowingly said there was a fight before you said what you said, and you still said it. Like, you're trash. Like, you set yourself up for failure. Like, she's a goofy. Winter is a goofy. She was better off just shutting up, honestly. But let's keep listening.
You all like y'all. I was not fighting in the video.
No, she was not fighting in the video.
The person that was fighting in the video is not up here. And whatever else they're saying. You all like y'all. I was not fighting in the video.
No, she was not fighting in the video.
The person that was fighting in the video is not up here. I was not fighting in the video.
No, she was not fighting in the video.
The person that was fighting in the video is not up here.
Again, she states she was not fighting in the video. That's it. She didn't say she didn't fight. She didn't say that she didn't put her hands on nobody. She didn't say that. All she said was that was not me fighting in the video. The person that was fighting in the video is not up here. Like that wasn't me. The video. So that again, That's not saying that you didn't fight. That's why I do believe that there is another video out there, because she specifically said that the video that's out there, the viral video, that's not me. I'm not in that video. Not, I didn't touch her. Not, I never put my hands on Shanquella. You ain't gonna see nothing about that, hear nothing about that, because that didn't happen. I never touched her, is what she said. Because the rumor is everybody there put their hands on her, women wise. All three women allegedly put their hands on Shanquella. So it wasn't just like Winter, because again, they're compulsive liars. Because Winter even stated, "Oh, when nobody jump, we went on that jump." Yes. So y'all feel like because y'all separately one-on-one all obliterated that girl, that wasn't jumping because we were all one doing it at the same time. Shout out to Rosina, thank you, sweetie. Because y'all weren't doing it at the same time. Like y'all don't view that jumping, like, because it still is. I mean, if you handing each other a person, that's still jumping somebody. Shout out to the Lampo Show podcast for the super sticker. Thank you. There was more. I'm sorry, y'all, they disappeared. What's Winter YouTube? I don't know. I heard that she does have YouTube. I saw that she Winter was like interviewing somebody. Because she had like I think she had like a microphone, something like that. But she's like interviewing people. She used to interview people. I don't know if it was like I don't know, it was weird. But it was her, from what I gather. It was definitely Winter. Yeah, her attitude is very disgusting. It is very disgusting. Because again, somebody's passed away. So even if you thought that she really passed away of alcohol poisoning, why are you up here like mad defensive and all? You shouldn't even feel that way, especially if you're innocent. If you're innocent, you have nothing to feel defensive about. You know, what am I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can say that it was all of us. No, it was not. I didn't have anything to do with it. What happened to her was horrible. Like, and say at least that you feel bad, you know, that you wish it didn't happen, or you know, you wish that you could still chill with her. She, you know, you're not getting, y'all, they don't give none of that energy. Like they don't give none of it, and none of them. The only one that has as recently would have been Nazir, which again was still weird. It was still weird. Shout out to Laugh Gags and Gossip. She said, I just called the news channel and asked. They confirmed and verified the arrest. So they did confirm. I just called the news channel and asked and they confirmed and verified the arrest. So there is an arrest, Laugh Gags. This is my girl, y'all. Y'all get over there and subscribe to my girl. Laugh Gags and Gossip. Y'all get over there and subscribe to my girl. So you saying that that there was an arrest, that they confirmed that with you. That they confirmed that with you, Laugh Gags, because I'm not gonna move until you answer. Until you answer. And I hope it pops up because the StreamYard. Did they said yes? They confirmed. The chat is going fast. Oh God, this is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. Shout out to Scatter for the super sticker. I'm looking for a laugh. Gags, you got Laugh Gags. You gotta answer again because the chat is going really fast. So you gotta answer because I still haven't saw you. I still okay. There she go. She says no. I called and I told them to confirm that they are going. Oh, okay. I told them to confirm they are going. Okay. Boom. Okay. I just wanted to confirm. Okay. Gone, girl. She said I called the news, Sean. Sean, I called the news, and this is what they said. This is what I had to tell them. Shout out to Brenda. She said the arrest means they will be going after the others. That arrest means that agreed. I think that they will collect, you know, on the information that they get and go from there, you know. But again, they need to, there's no arrest. Okay, you should call ABC7. Let them know. Laugh Gags got the number, girl. Hit up Laugh Gags, girl, so you could call them and tell them people that when no arrest made. Like, call them, girl. Yes, they all going down. Every single last one of them. Yes, Yes. Now these people done said that the news done said that the girl that somebody got arrested from the trip. Oh well, I'm going with what they said. 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 Big dots. Because if they right, then they right. I mean, can somebody prove them wrong? I mean, can somebody prove them wrong? Please, please, please. Could do somebody? Is there? Did Daejhanae just post or something? Is she live eating Thanksgiving dinner or something? Is Winter live eating salsa and chips? Are they live or something? Because I mean, other than that, Gina said the news did not say an arrest was made. I watched it also. Hold on, you must have watched this one, girl. Girl, you watched every news but the right news, girl. Hold on, girl. Let me pull up this good news for you, so let me pull up this good news for you, so because you couldn't have watched this one. And you couldn't have watched this one. You couldn't have watched this one. Eyewitness News, ABC7, watch live. You couldn't have watched this one, girl. You left one out, sweetie. Let me pull it up for you, Rude. You left one eye, girl. Hold on. You left one eye. Hold on. Ooh. You left one eye, girl. Listen. Hurry up and listen with your ears, not with your mouth. Listen with your ears, girl, not with your mouth, sweetie.
Warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip.
With an ED, with an ED, arrested. Yep, like I say, Kevin, arrested. Yes. So again, if anybody's wrong, you got to go talk to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, they said arrested a friend. So a friend has been arrested. I'm not going with somebody in the chat. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go. Your word is not going to overpower a news broadcasting station. It's just not. So just coming in the chat saying that's not true. Where's your proof? Do you have it? Does somebody know? Is somebody eating with them right now? Somebody live and with them in a, like, how do you know? It's like you don't. So do you have someone that's reputable that's stating that they're not? Like a lot of people have been following the NC beat. I guarantee you, if you go on the NC beat right now, they're not saying that no one hasn't been arrested. They're not going on there saying Daejhanae is at home free. Wednesday Donovan at home free. I can guarantee they're not. I can guarantee that, sweetie. I can promise you that. Yeah, because they don't know. So, but a news, again, broadcasting station, they would. This is information that they would know. Again, this is an international story. It's a big story. So, yeah, I mean, if somebody's going to be wrong, it's going to be them. You're not going to come and argue with me about something that a ABC7.com, a news broadcasting station, said. We're not going to argue about that. I don't work there. I don't work there. Yeah. Mm-mm. I don't work there. I didn't say that. They did. So, as far as I'm concerned, with them being a reputable place, credible, I'm going to believe them. Yeah, I'm not going to believe some random ass person in the chat. Who are you? Who are you to be believed? Drop a link or send it to Sean Everywhere Show at IG.com. Big dot. Or I mean, Sean Everywhere Show at IG. Big dots. And we can go from there. I will pull it right up if you have something proving the otherwise. But other than that, yeah, we're not going to argue about that, sweetie. Ooh, you got the board. Ooh, you're mad. Ooh, you're mad. Ooh, okay. Yeah, go be mad at them. There's a reason to be mad at me. I'm just reporting the news, sweetie. I don't make it. So, yeah, let's go back to Winter over here with no remorse, not a piece of remorse, talking about our girl Shanquella. Justice for Shanquella. Let's get back over here to Winter without a heart, Donovan. Winter going to jail, Donovan.
All right, so going viral. They were fighting because, all right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see, and that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So she basically told her to, let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. Quilla didn't want to.
So her dad was right when he stated that, again, this happened from the time she woke up. They basically drug her out of bed, and whatnot. And I do feel like they drug her out of bed. And I feel like how it started, in my opinion, I feel like they started like ripping off her clothes, and stuff like that. Like, get out the bed, like stuff like that. Because she said, that, and she's talking about, but see, here's the thing. When she's talking about what Daejhanae said to her, or is she talking about what she said to Shanquella herself? Okay, because I'm gonna play that again. I'm like, are you talking about what you said to Shanquella, or did Daejhanae say what she's talking about right now? Hold on, let's get into it.
So she basically told her to, let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. Quilla didn't want to. And that's how that happened.
So her talking right now, is she talking in third person, or is she talking about Daejhanae? Because when she's saying she could easily be talking about herself, but just not saying her name. So it's like, were you saying these things to Shanquella? Because that's what it's given. It's given that you were saying those things with Shanquella, and so was Daejhanae. Both of y'all was approaching that girl at the same time, is what it's given. That's what it's given. Because remember, Daejhanae is your friend. Daejhanae was not close to Shanquella, but you and Daejhanae were. Multiple trips, all of that together. So let's not do that. So what it's giving is that you're speaking in third person, that you have the same energy that Daejhanae had, that you didn't want to pull Shanquella out of that bed, because you start to fumble on your words. Because if it's she, then the story should just always be she. She had to switch what she said because she was about to trip up on her words. You were the one antagonizing that girl as well, telling her to get out of the bed. Y'all did it together. So stop trying to make it seem like you're innocent, like you did nothing, when you're sitting there FaceTiming someone while that your friend was dragging Shanquella. So stop trying to make it seem like you had empathy or sympathy for her. You don't even have it right now. You're not remorseful, like, at all. You don't even have it right now. So it's just like, girl, please. Like, you tried it. So sitting there recording what was happening to her, FaceTiming someone while that was happening, showing them what was happening. It's like, you were inviting that energy. So stop trying to make it seem like you was in that room and you're just standing there quietly. Why were you in there? That wasn't y'all room. That was her. Why are y'all in there? If Daejhanae got a problem with her, why Daejhanae can go in there and handle it real quick? Why does it take you, Khalil, Malik, Elise? Why does it take all of y'all? Why folk come? Like, it take all of y'all for what Shanquella did? For whatever she did that was stupid? It takes all of you guys? Everyone has to come in here? Oh, okay. All righty. Okay. But she want to act like she was innocent. She didn't do anything. It's the lies for me.
Unfortunately, she did die because of on the bed. So I don't know. But y'all see something in the video, don't mean that happened. They're just trying to cover it up. with a broken spine.
So just because can y'all hear me? Because some people in the chat saying that they can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Let's say y'all should be able to. Y'all should be able to. And I saw someone said in the chat too that her sister said that she sleeps naked. Yeah, I agree. She probably does. I'm sure a lot of people do. But again, when you go on vacation, sometimes you don't. Like most people don't mind sleeping naked in their own bed, stuff like that. But when you go vacay and you go somewhere different, you're in a different environment. Some people don't. Some people do sleep with something on, whether it's just like a bra and panty, instead of being like fully dressed. But not everybody does that. Some people, no matter where they at, they naked. Then some people it's just like certain, like if they're at home, then yeah. But if they're elsewhere, then it's like no. Like if you sleep naked, if you go spend a night at your grandma's house and you ain't got no room at your grandma's house and you sleeping on a couch, I highly doubt you're gonna sleep naked. And then most people, when they're sleeping around strangers, and what I mean by strangers is not somebody that you will want to see you naked. Anybody that you don't want to see you naked is a stranger. So when you're sleeping around a bunch of people, like in a B&B, around people you don't know, there's other men in the house, stuff like that. Some women will again sleep with some type of clothing on. And from what Khalil showed, when she fell asleep, she was in the hammock and she had on a tank top and she had on, I believe they're like some yoga pants or something like that, or yoga shorts or something like that. I don't know. But she was dressed. So when she went in, she could have stripped nude or she could have had the same clothes on because again, they still haven't told us what that little piece of I don't know, like garment or whatever it was that she was trying to wrap around her because she, because at first I thought it was her hair. And then I'm like, well, no, that's not her hair. That's something else that she's trying to like cover herself with. So, yeah. So again, I don't know. I don't. She could have definitely been sleeping nude, but Winter says that just because you see something in the video doesn't mean that it happened. So we see y'all mollywhopping this girl. We see y'all, well, not y'all. We see Daejhanae doing all of this stuff that she did to this girl, and then we hear that she had a cracked spine and a broken neck, and we're not supposed to believe the video we saw of her being assaulted. We're not supposed to believe that. Don't believe what you see. What? So we ain't supposed to take into consideration that video at all about the cracked spine because they made up the cracked spine to overthrow the alcohol poisoning because they're trying to set up the Cabo Six. Because they're trying to set them up. Who? For what? No, you guys lied. She didn't pass away due to alcohol poisoning. She did not. That didn't happen. And if the coroner, I would say, if they were really trying to hide something, then the autopsy came from Mexico. The autopsy came from Mexico. So if Mexico was doing all of this crazy dark stuff, that people are considering them doing, then they could have doctored the autopsy too. Like, why doctor the death certificate but not the autopsy? That's where it came from. If not for the autopsy from Mexico, we would not have known that her neck was broken and her spine was cracked. We wouldn't have known that. So it's like they're defeating their own purpose if they're trying to sweep this under the rug and cover it up. And they gave the smoking gun. Mexico, that autopsy that came from Mexico, that's what it opened the investigation, the femicide, the cracked spine. And then the video was the icing on the cake. Because now the story is starting to align, type of situation. So I'm just like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would Mexico, if they were trying to cover it up, if they were trying to do this and they're trying to do that, they should have doctored the autopsy too and just been like, yeah, it was alcohol poisoning. They could have easily done that if this was just such this big, conspiracy. Easily. No, I don't think, honestly, I think that they had no idea. I think that from what they gathered, from the lies that the Cabo Six had told from the doctor to the paramedics that arrived, to the police that arrived, to the coroner that arrived, they lied to everyone. All of them. All of them. So yeah. I mean, of course, their information was going to be off. Like, yeah, because they lied. Yep. I mean, you don't know it's a lie until you find out the truth. And when they did the autopsy, they found out the truth. And the truth was, she didn't pass away from the alcohol. She passed away because of this, because her spine and her neck, it was crushed. That's why she's not here. So then that's told to the doctor, and then the doctor, she starts thinking, oh, well, that would make sense into why I mistook her being intoxicated and her being inebriated with her not being able to speak, her seizuring. All of those are side effects of like concussions and even the broken neck and the broken spine. It's different. There's different things that happen when those type of injuries occur. So now she's probably sitting there thinking the same thing. Like now her mind's playing back. Like why would they would have just told me that from the start. Like I knew it wasn't alcohol. Like I'm sure that doctor knew within that first hour of being there. Out of those 3 hours she was there, she knew within the first hour it was not alcohol. She knew it wasn't because within the first hour, hour and a half mark, I believe, of her being there, Shanquella had a seizure and whatnot. But she had stated before that Shanquella should be taken to the hospital. She said it before Shanquella's seizure. So again, that's why I said within that first hour or first hour, hour and a half, because she gave her the IV treatment and whatnot, and probably watched her progress to see if she would, because again, if it's alcohol, usually those bags, those saline bags, they get you together. It's because a part of alcohol poisoning is being dehydrated. So then that going in your vein and hydrating you right away, you do start to feel better. Now, sometimes it take a little time, but sometimes it can be instant. You start feeling better immediately. Type of situation. So she knew what Shanquella still being basically unresponsive and not being able to speak because she said that Shanquella could not speak, that she was mumbling, but she was not speaking. That is definitely injury, like an injury here. If she was speaking like fine prior, did she speak? She's a college grad, all of this. There's no reason she should be sitting here stumbling on her words like this, and not even stumbling on her words. They didn't even say she was saying words. It was more so of sounds and whatnot. So with her sitting there muttering sounds and not being able to walk, not being able to stand, not being able to do anything, it's more so her head was moving. So again, she very so much could have been paralyzed. That whatever happened to her was permanent. Permanent. Even if they got her to the hospital, she was going to have a lot of permanent damage like that because of how long I'm not even going to say that because some injuries, when they occur, it's just that's it. It's just there is no fixing it. There's rehab and rebuilding, but there is just no, we can cure this if we get them to the hospital. No. Some injuries, especially like that, when it's something to the head or, the spine and things like that, the recovery rate is low, like very low. So it's a high chance that she could have been paralyzed. And with her being paralyzed, not moving because she was being moved around, the doctor never stated at any time she never said it at any time that Shanquella moved, walked, talked, besides muttering words, No one ever said anything like that about her moving. So everywhere, like even when the doctor found her, when paramedics came, they found her on the floor. They had to move her there. So that means every place, especially before that doctor got there, Shanquella's body went. Somebody moved her. She did not move on her own. She could not move. Like she did not move. Like she couldn't, from what it seems. And I don't know if they could tell with her passing away, because I mean I feel like you got to be alive in order for them to know about you being paralyzed, because it's the function, mobility, of the body. They don't know, I mean, until you're at least conscious, so they can see what can you move, what can't you move. You being unconscious, they have, but if you waking up talking about something, you can't feel your hand, or you can't feel your leg, or you're trying to move your legs and you can't, things like, then they'll go into, but they don't just know that like right offhand. I mean, unless it's a really bad injury, like really, really bad, then they're like, oh yeah, how his spine looking, yeah, it's a wrap on walking, it has, but what Shanquella had, the nerve damage and whatnot, that it could have been affected by the injury, as well. Again, her not being able to breathe, the doctor getting there saying that her breathing was faint, her pulse was faint, everything was faint. When they got there, losing the oxygen going to the brain as well can affect you mentally and whatnot, and permanently. The longer the brain is without oxygen, the worse the damage. And who knows again how long she was sitting there in that condition, because it seems like hours. It seems like it happened from whatever time in the morning, around like 9. I wouldn't even say that, even earlier than that, like 7 to like 10. Like it happened between those times, right? Something like that, between like 7 to 10. And whenever it happened, she just was like that for hours. She just sat there, but she was alive, because when the doctor herself got there, she stated that her vital signs were stable, that she was stable. When she got there, she was in stable condition. And again, they blamed her erratic behavior that she was having, the mumbling and eyes rolling to the back of her head, stuff like that, blaming that on her being drunk. This is alcohol that is making her act like this, which is crazy to me that the doctor believed it. Because when someone is injured, I don't know. That's different. That's different than somebody being drunk, or you looking at them as intoxicated due to the movement or what they are. If Shanquella was talking, but her words didn't make any sense, I can understand the doctor thinking she was drunk. But with her not even being able to form any words, like why is this not a sign that she needs medical help, like a hospital setting immediately, like immediately? It's like why stay there? Like why? And then even the autopsy, well, no, not the autopsy, the death certificate. It didn't mention any of the cuts, like, or the cut and bruise on Shanquella's face, the knot she had on her head, the vessel burst in the eye. It didn't list any of those things. The doctor definitely saw them. If Nazir said that he saw them, then, and didn't he say something about the doctor or nurses pointed it out or something like that? Did he say something like that? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna have to go pull him up on Twitter. Didn't he say something about he didn't notice right away until like the nurse or somebody said something? The nurse or the doctor that came in? I don't know. I think he said something like that. But you definitely, if I see it, you see it. So while they were willing to overlook that she was obviously beaten. Why they were willing to look over that, I don't know. I don't know. Because again, if I see it, you see it. If you see it, we see it. Shout out to Sweet Hot Butter Bun. She said, my mom always said, be careful of the company you keep. I pray she may rest in peace. Absolutely. Shout out to you and thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Beautiful said there were other signs. Yeah, agreed. With her face being in the condition that it was in, clearly something happened to her. So why are we overlooking that? I don't get. I don't get the overlookage of her, you know, being visibly hurt, and none of that being taken into consideration. It's like her eyes swollen. You know, she's sitting there with a swollen eye, basically. It's basically swollen shut, pretty much. She got a knot on her head, a cut on her lip, and she can't even get a word out. This poor girl is basically just sitting here like this, like all messed up, face messed up, all of that stuff. She's not speaking. She cannot put a sentence together. And that's another reason why I don't understand why she allowed Winter and Khalil, whoever, all the parties that were stepping in and stating that they didn't want her to go to the hospital. I don't understand why she allowed that. If Shanquella herself is not telling you, I'm okay, get her out of here. Get her out of here. Shout out to Denise. Thank you for the super sticker, sweetie. Get her out of here. We gotta go. We gotta get her to the hospital. We gotta go. We gotta go. It's that simple. I don't get that. I mean, she was the patient. The patient never confirmed anything to the doctor, and I think that that's another reason why the doctor stayed. Because if it was alcohol poisoning, yeah, mine too. If it was alcohol poisoning, then again, what the doctor was doing, she knew that Shanquella would start to feel better. So with Shanquella not feeling better, she knew it was something else. Like she knew it was something from jump. Like you could just tell that it was, and I think that's why she stayed, because she's responsible. You know, at that point in time, it's like I ain't leaving her because something ain't right here. You know, something isn't right. And instead of asking questions, um, they decide to, you know, wow. Yeah. Thank God for the autopsy though, because that's, and it came from Mexico. So again, if in Mexico, if that's what they were trying to do, cover it up, I don't think they would have turned in that autopsy. That would not have made any sense. But let's keep listening to Winter with No Heart. Mm-hmm.
And whatever else they're saying. You all like y'all. I was not fighting in the video.
She was not fighting in the video.
The person that was fighting in the video is not up here, and she can only speak for herself. All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all seen that's going up, that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So she basically told her to, let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. Quilla didn't want to. That's how that happened.
You could have stopped it. You chose not to. Like, girl, you could have stopped it. You chose not to. What happened? I'm late, y'all. Was she arrested today? Hold on. Every time this question get asked. Every time. So, if you had her back, then why not just stop it when you knew that Quilla didn't want to fight? Quilla didn't want to fight. Like, why not just have her back then, but instead you chose not to? You chose not to have her back because you're not friends with her. Your friend is Daejhanae, remember?
And died. An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip.
Now y'all can hear me. Yeah, that's what they said, girl. They said that authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's that was also on that trip. And that's what it said. Arrested with an ED, like Kevin. Yep. ED as in D as in Kevin. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which one got arrested? We do not know. It's either Daejhanae or Winter. My money is on Daejhanae, but other people are staking their money on the Winter, on her. But I think it was Daejhanae, in my opinion. We don't know who. We don't know. We don't know which one. Who is that dude talking? Good question. I was wondering that too. I was like, is that one of the Cabo Six? In the background talking, is that Malik? Is that Cleo? Who is that? So, but I was wondering that too. I was like, who's that dude? Who is he? Who is that? Or, who is it? I'm hoping it was Bang Bang. Shanquella boyfriend said Daejhanae. So Shanquella's boyfriend, well, ex-boyfriend, was live on the channel. He was being interviewed, correct? Interviewed. And he stated that there was an arrest made today as well. He stated that's what is being said. And he said that it was Deja. He said that it was Deja. He would know before me. He would definitely know before me. That's why I'm not answering it. He is. So yes. Yeah. Supposedly they all for real. Yeah, I heard that too, but I would really hope not. I would really hope not. Probably Winter's father sounded older. Interesting observation. I wouldn't have thought of that. Aretha said, Sean, think about the autopsy. The time of death is the time the doctor arrived. She wasn't responding because she was gone already. They were too late. The ambulance, and doctors, and police. Okay, here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. The death certificate is the one that stated 3 p.m., right? The death certificate was wrong. The death certificate was completely wrong because they lied. Okay? They lied. And the reason why I think that it was around 3 o'clock, honestly, the reason why I think that is because, let's see, is it right here? Yes. So Winter Donovan allegedly, I gotta move your comment. Winter Donovan allegedly well, I'm not gonna say allegedly. Well, yeah, allegedly. At 2:13 p.m., Winter Donovan, one of the 6 friends who traveled with Robinson, called for medical help at Villa Linda 32, a property run by the Cabo Villas. So I think that is what the death certificate from the information that, because I'm sure that he probably had this report that, something close to it. He couldn't have the whole report, but then letting him know like at 2:13 was when a call was made, or at this time, which again, right here, Winter Donovan at 4:45 p.m. Winter Donovan calls 911 for an ambulance, and doctors administer CPR. So again, that was at 5. 2 hours after the death certificate stated that she passed away, and also said that she passed away 15 minutes from her injury. So the death certificate was wrong, but This police report is correct. So with the police report being correct, she was not dead. She was not dead. She was alive that whole time. Shanquella right here, it says at 5:30, paramedics arrived to administer 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 discharges of AED shocks without success. So at 5:25 is when the police arrived. But at 4:13, Robertson began having a seizure, and convulsions from the seizure lasted less than a minute. And then that's when go to Guerrero requests the friends take Shaquella to the hospital. They declined and insist her being treated in the villa. At 4:45, Winter Donovan calls 911 while the doctor administers CPR. So I feel like she died right before that. So I feel like she probably passed away like between like 4:30 and 4:45. But other than that, that whole time she was alive is how I feel. Just in my opinion. I feel that she was alive that whole time. And the reason I say that as well is because when the doctor got there at 3:13, Dr. Carolina Beatrice Orleans Gutierrez from a local hospital arrived to treat Robinson. According to the Charlotte Observer, Gutierrez says she was told that Robinson had drunk a lot of alcohol and needed to be given an IV. Gutierrez said Robinson had stable vital signs, but was dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally. So when she got there at 3:13, she took her vitals and she was stable. So her vitals were okay. She had good vitals. Because if they were extremely low, then she would have knew like out the gate, like if her oxygen was low, her heart rate beat, all that. No, she would have knew it was something else. Sean, I see some tweets of someone saying Winter bullied her in high school, shaking my head. I know they went to college together. Well, not, I don't know if they like literally went to the same college, but I don't know about high school. So I gotta go look that up. I didn't hear anything about that. There is no way one person did 14 rounds of CPR administer. No, there were 3 paramedics there, correct? I believe there were 3 first responders. I believe that there are 3. I believe there were 3. And then wasn't there? Oh, yeah, I believe it was like 3 in the. Do I still have that report? Yeah. I believe there was 3. Let's go to the Charlotte Observer. I believe it was like 3 people, 3 different people. It says the reported information indicates paramedics administered a total of 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses. Yeah, but I read somewhere that it was 3 people. So it was 14 rounds of CPR being shared with 3 different first responders that were there. And it was even more rounds than that because the doctor had performed CPR and so did Nazir. So there was a lot. She got a lot of CPR from what it sounds like. A lot of rounds, like probably like over 20 from what it sounds like. If they did if they did their own rounds and then the first responders that came, they did 14 rounds themselves. I mean, that's a lot of CPR. It's a lot of rounds. Her poor little body. But yeah. So I believe she passed sometime between, again, from the time slots. Because again, she took her vitals when she got there, and the doctor got there at 3:13, and she took her vitals and she was stable. So she had stable vitals. While she was there, like nothing to be like, oh my gosh, like she has a temperature or something like that. We need to get her to the hospital. It wasn't nothing alarming, especially from her vitals, I would state. But she said that she cannot communicate verbally. Um, and as far as we know, that morning of, Shanquella had no alcohol in her system. She was not drinking or anything like that. So she had to be damaged pretty badly to not be able to speak. The girl couldn't speak. Like, literally. I do not believe she has stable vitals. You don't? I don't know. The doctor said that she said, yeah, y'all said, I think the doctor's lying. Yeah, the doctor said that she was stable. When she got there, she said she was alive. That's what she said. Stable vitals doesn't sound right at all. I don't know, girl. I'm just telling y'all what she told us, girl. This is what she told us. Look, this is what she told us. I'm about to tell y'all again what she told us. Look, ooh. She said right here at 3:13. Dr. Carolina Beatrix Ornelas Gutierrez said from a local hospital arrived to treat Robson. According to the Charlotte Observer, Gutierrez says she was told that Robinson had drunk a lot of alcohol and needed to be given an IV. Gutierrez says Robinson had stable vital signs but was dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally, and appeared to be inebriated. The report said Gutierrez believed Robinson needed to be transferred to a hospital, but friends insisted that she be treated in the villa. Okay. Now I told y'all, she said this before Shanquella had a seizure. And then at 4:13, Robinson, Shanquella, begins having a seizure. The convulsions from the seizure lasted less than a minute. Gutierrez requests that the friends take Robinson to the hospital. They declined and insisted her being treated at the villa. So that was the second time that the doctor had insisted that she go to the hospital because she knew it was something beyond alcohol poisoning. And she said it before Shanquella started having the seizure. So that's why I said something just ain't sitting right with me with that. Because you knew that something was wrong with her beyond alcohol. Alcohol does a lot of things to people, but this ain't it. This is something different. Very different. And again, she said Shanquella could not speak. Nazir said that when he got there, which allegedly he got there around this time, in this time frame, right before pretty much the doctor got there, he said that he was talking to her, he was rubbing her head, all of that. He didn't say nothing about her looking like she was passed away, looking like she was deceased, none of those things. He didn't say that. So I do believe that Shanquella was mumbling words, nothing you can understand, gibberish, and I believe that her eyes was rolling to the back of her head and whatnot. And yeah, I do. I do. Zola says she's in custody. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, she's in jail. Yeah. I think y'all are, maybe some of y'all are finding some things out. Okay, hold on. People are sending me stuff too. Who called the doctor? Winter, allegedly Winter. Winter up here, it says 2:13. Winter Donovan, one of the 6 friends who traveled with Robertson, called for medical help at the Villa Linda 32, a property run by Cabo Villas. Mm-hmm. So allegedly it was Winter. It was Winter. I think he lying as well. Oh no, I think Nazir is lying too. But again, all liars tell the truth. So I think that because the doctor is stating what he stated too, that she was still alive. And they knew she was still alive because she was sitting there muttering gibberish. They could understand nothing of her. And I think that they were, obviously the friends were scared. The alleged friends were scared. Winter, Khalil, all of them, because she wasn't talking normally. She was, and I'm sure she could move, and they didn't understand why she could make noises and sit here and talk gibberish, but she can't move. We're telling her to get up. She's not listening. We're telling her to do that. She still won't listen, and whatnot. So I'm sure that they didn't understand it. I'm sure that's what I said. They panicked. I'm sure they didn't get why. And she, was, again, she's making noise. She, her eyes are opening and closing and opening and closing and opening and closing. So clearly she's there, to some degree, but why won't she talk to us? Like, why won't she answer us? Why is she not cooperating with anything? Like, what's wrong with her? Like, something is wrong with her. And they just didn't know what. I mean, who would? Even if that happened in front of me and they allegedly slammed her and whatnot, I couldn't say what was wrong with her. I would have no idea. Oh, her spine's broke, her neck. I would have no idea. I don't know. I don't think she was speaking. Honestly, I don't think she was speaking. I think she was in pain. I don't think she was speaking at all. I don't think she was speaking at all. But where her brain having the damage that it has, it's not like she's going to be able to articulate pain, because she wasn't able to articulate at all, and that's why they were basically saying that she's unresponsive, because she was not responding, she's there, but she's not there. She's unresponsive, not like she's not not breathing, or anything like that, unresponsive. She just was literally unresponsive. So when they put her on the toilet, because they said the maids allegedly found her slumped over the toilet, y'all, we know for a fact that somebody placed her on the toilet. Somebody placed her there. She didn't walk there or anything like that, especially with the allegedly being slammed and not getting up after. She didn't walk there. Somebody placed her there. So that girl was basically muttering words, gibberish. And I don't even feel like, again, there were words. I just think that she's in pain. She just couldn't articulate that she was in pain. So it just comes out as like noise. It doesn't come out as really anything. Like, sometimes it may sound like a word, or sometimes it just sound like just like a sound, that comes out, because again, you can't articulate, that, like, literally, I can imagine the brain damage that they did to her, especially slamming her to, like, that's crazy. And instead of getting her help, they figured that they could just they were going to do one or two things. They were just going to leave her there, or they were going to take her back as she was. But her health started to decline. And she ended up passing away. But I feel like they were going to drop her off just like that and tell that family it was alcohol poisoning. Honestly, if Khalil and them did take her back, that was going to be how they took her back, and just dropped her off to the mother, to Salamandra, like, here. Honestly, that's how I feel like they would have wheelchaired her right up to Salamandra, just for like, it was alcohol poisoning. That's how I look at it, but she didn't make it. So yeah. Honestly, I think that they would have wanted to, those are their only options. Leave her there and tell the family, hey, we all left. She left too. We don't know. Or they would have just dropped her off, just like that. That's what they would have did. Honestly, yeah, that's what were. That's what were. Okay, I'm at the 2-hour mark. I actually have to go because I have a lot to do. But y'all know we're gonna be like live. We absolutely are. Where's our phone? Good question. Somebody also said in the chat, who got arrested? We don't exactly know. But we hear that, yes, I have to go. I gotta go. I said I was gonna do at least 2 hours. I wasn't gonna come in here and do y'all dirty and do an hour. So I did at least 2 hours. I love you guys. We will be live again tomorrow. I love y'all, but I have to go. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you can get those notifications. Hit that bell. But as far as I'm concerned, an arrest was made today. It absolutely was. So we are definitely heading towards the world of getting Shanquella the justice she so much deserves. 1 down, 5 to go. So yes, I love y'all. My churn is out there cutting up. I can hear him. Like I'm about to go get out as soon as I get out there. So yes, I love you guys. So I have to get out of here. Until the next show, thank you for all the super chats, all the super stickers, all of the love that y'all send me. I love it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I don't get to your super sticker chat on time. I'm so sorry, but I'm very appreciative. I love you guys. So I have to go, but we will be back tomorrow. Until then, oh my God. Fresh.